tribal hatred. How? The one man, one vote, one shilling is not a formula for Mount Kenya region. Far from it. The one man, one vote, one shilling talks about equity. The gist of that formula is that all Kenyans should be treated equally. If we are giving bursary to the children of Kenya, let us agree how many children we have. If there are 30 million and we have 100 million, we divide equally and distribute to every constituency to those children. If a hospital takes care of 1,000 patients, we decide based on population what is the size of the hospital to be constructed in Roiro, where there are 800,000 people. If one borehole serves 500 people, do you construct one borehole in an area where there are 10,000 people? You need to construct more boreholes. That's all. And these populations are everywhere in Western Kenya, in Kisii, in Rift Valley. The high numbers are not just in the Mount Kenya region. This is a formula, in my view, that is good for everybody. Again, it is not a law because I pronounce myself. It's just an opinion. And in our democracy, I think it's only fair to allow people to have freedom of speech and to be entitled to an opinion. There are those who talk one man, one vote, 1 kilometer, and it is their right. And we should also listen to them and consider. And all those opinions can be harnessed and people can agree which is the best formula to take care of the people of Kenya. That is all I said. I wanted to read to the people, of course, the projects that were negotiated, but I don't seem to have that page. I produce it tomorrow in Parliament. So that when they hear I am fighting, I'm also fighting for them. Mine, for the Mount Kenya, and President William, we never wrote anything, because I'm a very trusting man. So is my people, as we did word of mouth. So once in a while, we may argue kidogo because there's nothing written. So sometimes it's when people say I'm blackmailing the president, but I'm simply asking, my boss, we agreed the following, can we please do it? We agreed this on that, can we do it? We agreed that the people of Mount Kenya who had been given jobs by Uhuru will not be removed without being replaced. We don't seem to be honoring that. Can we honor it? We agreed where we needed to replace somebody who has not performed, we exchange 1 for 1. Can we do it? We agreed that we need to give Mau roads priority. Can we please do it? Because that is what we agreed. It's simply people being honest with each other and living true to a gentleman's agreement. That is what it is about. So I wanted to explain to the people of Kenya, I am not against any region of Kenya. I am just a crusader for honesty and for fulfilling written and unwritten agreements. That is all I am. I say if we agree on something, please let's do it. If we agreed we shall do ABCD before we are elected, let's do it. If we agreed we shall not brutally evict innocent people, please let's not do it. If we agreed that we shall create a good business environment for people to do business, please let's not do it. If we agreed there shall be no abductions and extrajudicial killings, please let's be true to the people of Kenya. That is all. So I want to thank every one of you. And because I've been in Parliament, I don't think it's necessary to have questions. I've been very, very clear on no issues, why I called this a press briefing. I've said I'll be in Parliament tomorrow. I've asked my team to try to give you all the materials so that you can also go and digest. But I think I've prosecuted my case before my employers, the people of Kenya. And I trust because the members of Parliament are also listening. They'll be fair, they'll be just, and they'll be true to their conscience and do the right thing, and not hang an innocent man without evidence. I wouldn't mind being crucified if there was evidence, but there's nothing. Nothing, zero. I've explained myself to the fullest. And I think you and the people of Kenya have heard me. Let me thank all of you for giving me this time, and appreciate the media for your role to inform the people of Kenya, to educate them, to entertain them, and keep them abreast with what is going on. I want to thank you for your coverage of the short public participation on this impeachment motion, because you exposed it for what it was, and your video clips are very useful for us as we argue in courts of law. You guys are wonderful. You are good people. No wonder you are called the fourth estate. I don't know where we would go in this country without you. We would have so much impunity. We would go back to dictatorship without the media. I want to encourage you to continue to be the watchdog on behalf of the people of Kenya, to protect the Constitution with zeal, to uphold the rule of law, and to call out impunity and corruption. And I want to say, after this impeachment, I want the members of parliament now to focus on the corruption scandals around our country. The Adani scandal, the issues in public health sector, the glaring theft of public resources. That is what parliament should consider and take time. And that is what the people of Kenya want. And I really want to thank the media for being a very responsible watchdog on behalf of the people of Kenya. Please continue writing. Where regarding Gachagua has gone wrong, please write. But always accord me the right of reply. Don't condemn me unheard. And I want to thank you tonight, because you have really written accusations against me. But I am also to blame because I never called you, isn't it? Now that I have called you, I want you to request you. Every accusation, put my answer. Is that not fair? Let the people of Kenya judge. You want to ask questions? Yes. But not outside this. Okay.
Your Excellency, thank you. We appreciate you hosting us here. You have said a lot in the last more than nearly 2 hours, so I'll be very brief in relation to what you said. My colleague Sam Gituk hosted you here on the 20th of September, and you said a motion of such magnitude cannot head to Parliament without the sanctioning of the party at the parliamentary group level and without the go-ahead or the green lighting by the President. Has President William Ruto, in effect, sanctioned that motion now that it's in Parliament? Second, this is in relation to your statement on the 4th of January this year regarding High Court Judge Honorable Esther Maina you have mentioned. You said you accused her of corruption, and you said you'll file a petition, but we never saw you there. You nonetheless said that you have filed a petition. Can you tell the Kenyan people when you have filed that petition? Maybe you can note. This one the same because, Your Excellency, you and President William Ruto hold the ultimate office that must provide answers for the Kenyan people. You therefore are open to accountability, scrutiny, and questions. When you took your oath of office, you told the Kenyan people that the country has empty coffers, that you inherited empty coffers. However, your statement is contrary to what the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics says, that at the time when you assumed office, the country had at its disposal 3.02 trillion Kenya shillings, includes revenue plus appropriations in aid. Why, Mr. Deputy President, did you make such a misleading statement in front of the Kenyan people and the world? Regarding your shareholding question, I'm sorry to hold you to account, Mr. Deputy President, that the context in which you have provided the agreement between the parties, the Kenya Kwanza parties, and your defense is different. This is what we said in Kericho County, that this government on February 2023, this government is a company, you told the people, that has its shares. There are owners who have the majority of shares and those who just have a few. while others do not have any. You invested in this government. You told the people of Kericho County, so you must reap. You sowed, you tilted, you tilled, you put manure and irrigated. Now it's your time to reap. Some few months later, the High Court quashed the appointment of more than 1,406 KRA officials. And the judgment? 700 of those officials were either from the Kalenjin or the Kikuyu community. How much of a responsibility will you take, being part of the presidency, of such gross locking out of Kenyans who qualify, who are competent, who merit, yet half of those appointments went to only 2 communities?
That's enough.
Thank you.
One, the issue of Justice Minor is sub judice. I don't want to discuss it because it's a matter before court, but I'll be able to give you the date when we filed so that you can follow the petition. As to the issues that this motion cannot find its way to the Assembly without the President nod, that is true. It can't. It has its nod. As to the issue of shareholding, again, this is a matter that I'll be prosecuting. By answering your question, I'll delve into the merits and the demerits of the argument that will come up. But I also want to remind you that I did not say that it's a company. I said like a company. Like. You look at the clip, it's there. Like, I gave an example. And a company has shareholders. I've just read to you the 30% here for somebody. That's what I was saying. I was just being truthful without removing the agreement. Again, I am not responsible for making appointments in Kenya. I don't make any appointments. The Deputy President does not appoint anybody. You know, the appointing authority. Ladies and gentlemen, because my lawyers tell me we don't want to delve into the merits and the demerits of the presentation that I've made. Yes, Karanja.
From NTV. Your Excellency, when you apologized to President Uhuru Kenyatta, you said that the words used then were out of political reasons. That's why you are apologizing. So why should Kenyans believe you today that what you're saying is not for political reasons, for your own immediate benefit? My second question, Your Excellency, what next if this impeachment happens tomorrow? If you're impeached, what next for you? If you're not impeached, then what next in this political marriage between you and President William Ruto?
Let's say your answer is what I've discussed here are facts. It's for the people of Kenya to look at the facts and decide whether they have the necessary veracity or not. As to what I'll do or not what I'll do, let's cross the bridge when we get there. I think, good people, we have had a long night. We have had a very long night, and you need to go and file your story. I want to once more thank you very much. Good people, asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Tutaonana kesho. Thank you.